Morning students, today we are going to start the next chapter, that is amino acids, its structure and properties. First is occurrence. In nature, 300 amino acids exist, but in our body, only 20 amino acids are present. And using this 20 amino acid, body is synthesizing different types of proteins, including enzymes, that is doing many vital functions in our body. And one more thing, most of the amino acids, they are all alpha. Alpha means what? Alpha means in that type of amino acid, both the COH and the amino group is attached to the alpha carbon. That type of amino acids are called alpha amino acids. Then first we are going to understand about the classification of amino acids. Amino acids are classified based on so many attributes. First is based on its structure. And based on the structure itself, so many sub-classifications are there. First is aliphatic amino acids. Aliphatic. Aliphatic means open chain, not in the form of a ring. That type of amino acid. And under this classification, again sub-classifications are there. First one is monoamino monocarboxylic acid. Monoamino monocarboxylic acid means one amino group and one carboxylic group is present. Here we can see that one carboxylic group and one amino group. This is simple amino acid. Example are glycine and alanine. Okay. Next slide. Next is another type, that is branched chain amino acid. Here examples are valine, leucine and isoleucine. In this structure we can see some side branches are present. All these have side branches. That type of amino acids are called branched chain amino acids. The next one, hydroxy amino acid. Hydroxy amino acid examples are serine and threonine. Here we can see a hydroxyl group in this structure. Next, sulfur containing amino acid. That means in its structure it possesses some sulfur group. Sulfur. Examples are cysteine and methionine. And next, another subclassification, that is amino acids with amide group. Amide group means, I will explain to you. Amide means it is having a carbonyl group. Carbonyl group is present and it is linked to a nitrogen atom. Such type of group is called an amide group, and those amino acids that is having an amide group are called come under this classification. Examples are asparagine and glutamine. Here we can see that amide group. In this structure also we can see that amide group. Next is monoamino dicarboxylic acid. Look in that term. Monoamino means only one amino group is present, but two carboxyl group. One is here and other is here, COOH. That type of amino acid. Example, aspartic acid and glutamic acid. Then next type classification is dibasic monocarboxylic acid. Dibasic. We know that amino groups are basic. So two basic amino groups are present here and only one COH group. Example is lysine and arginine. Next, aromatic amino acid. Aromatic means it is not in the form of open chain. Instead, it is having a ring. Example, phenylalanine and tyrosine. And next classification is heterocyclic amino acid. Heterocyclic amino acids, example, tryptophan and histidine. Hetero means some different group is present in the ring. We can see an addition, a nitrogen group here. So that is why these amino acids are classified under this type of classification, that is heterocyclic amino acid. Next is imino acid. Imino acid. First we need to understand what is meant by imino. Imino means those amino acids or those group having an NH group and COH group. NH group. I will show you that. Amino acid means it's any molecule that contains both imine, that is CNH bond or NH group, and a carboxyl group. So such a type of amino acid is proline. Its structure is given here. Okay. Next, we are moving to derived amino acid. That means some modifications are actually happening on the natural amino acid. Such type of amino acids are called derived. It means that derived amino acid is derived from some other amino acid, in some other innate amino acid. That itself is mentioning here. These are those amino acids. They get modified after synthesizing the protein. After synthesizing that protein fully, then only that specific amino acids get modified, and then it is called derived. Example, hydroxyproline, hydroxyl These are two amino acids that is undergoing such type of modification. They are important components of collagen. Next example is gamma, this glutamic acid residues. It is undergoing a carboxylation at its gamma position. And another example is relating with the ribosomal proteins and also histone proteins. In these both type of proteins, its amino acids are undergoing many type of methylation and acetylation. Means addition of methyl group and acetyl group. So they are all derived amino acid. And next classification is derived amino acid not seen in protein. Means they are derived itself, but it is not seen associated with any type of protein. Instead, it is found free in cells. Example, ornithine, citrulline, homocysteine. They all produce during the metabolism of amino acids. Example is thyroxine. Thyroxine is considered to be derived from tyrosine amino acid. Next is non-alpha amino acid. Non-alpha. Alpha we know is such type of amino acid. Both the carboxyl group and amino group are attached to alpha carbon. Here it is called non-alpha amino acids. Example, GABA and beta-alanine. Beta-alanine structure is given here. Look in this picture. Here the amino group is attached to the beta carbon, not in the alpha carbon. Next, how we are naming this amino acid. Naming is done by giving 3 letters, and sometimes using single letters also we can name this amino acids. Next, we are moving to another type of classification. By this time, we finish a classification based on the structure. Next, we are going to understand about the classification based on the side chain. Side chain means we know that that amino acid, there is one COH group is there, carboxyl group is there, then NH2 group is there, and here a side chain is present. And regarding this, based on this side chain, instead of this side chain, we are going to classify the amino acid again. First, the amino acids having non-polar side chain. That means this side chain are non-polar. Non-polar means there is no charge. It is uncharged. There is nothing like that, a positive charge or negative charge. They are called non-polar. Examples are alanine, valine, leucine, isoleucine, methionine, and proline. Still more are there. Phenylalanine and tryptophan. What's the nature? Because as it is non-polar, only polar can dissolve in water. As it is non-polar, it is hydrophobic. And at the same time, it is lipophilic, means it is dissolving in lipids. And those proteins that is made up of this type of amino acids are hydrophobic in nature. Next subclassification is amino acids having uncharged or non-ionic, but it is polar side chain. That side chains are polar, but it is uncharged and also non-ionic. Examples of such type of amino acids are glycine, serine, threonine, cysteine, tyrosine, glutamine, and asparagine. Nature, as it is polar, it is hydrophilic in nature. Still then, exceptions are there. They are tyrosine, cysteine. They are hydrophobic and usually they are found in the surface, but sometime it is present in the interior of the protein. Then next subclassification is amino acids having charged or ionic polar surgeon. Here it is charged. The former one is uncharged. This include acidic amino acids and basic amino acids. Acidic, we know that acidic means it is negatively charged. So this type of amino acids are negative, carrying negative charge on its R group, that functional group. Example of such type of amino acids are aspartic acid and glutamic acid. Then basic amino acid. Basic amino acid means basic means positive. Such type of that amino acid have a positive charge, carries a positive charge on its functional group. Examples are lysine, arginine, and histidine. Here I give the image of the table showing the name of all the 20 amino acids. Here we can see that abbreviation, naming abbreviation, three-letter abbreviation and a single letter abbreviation you can see in this table. Okay, next. And next, another type of classification is based on metabolism. Those amino acids that are purely ketogenic. Ketogenic means during its metabolism, it gets converted into ketone bodies. So, example for such type of amino acid is leucine. Means when it is metabolized, it becomes a ketone body. Then next type is ketogenic and glucogenic. Means its metabolism. When such type of amino acid is metabolized, partially it enters in ketogenic pathway and part of it enters into the glucogenic pathway. Ketogenic pathway means ketone body synthesizing, and glucogenic means glucose synthesizing pathway. So that's what. Such type of amino acids are there. Examples lysine, isoleucine, phenylalanine, tyrosine, and tryptophan. That means it can form both ketones and glucose. Then purely glucogenic. This include all the remaining 14. All the rest 6 amino acids comes under these two categories, and the remaining 14 out of the 20 they are purely glucogenic. Glucogenic means it form only glucose. It enters only during its metabolism. It enters only in the glucogenic pathway. Next, another classification based on nutritional requirements. First subclassification under this is whether it is essential or indispensable. That means our body cannot synthesize this type of amino acids. Example, isoleucine, leucine, threonine, lysine, methionine, phenylalanine, tryptophan, and valine. Then partially essential or semi-essential. That means in children, it is required through food. We need to supplement. Children's body cannot synthesize that. But in the case of adult, we can evit that because we can avoid that type of amino acid. It is not that much necessary. Example, histidine and arginine. Then another type of classification is non-essential or dispensable. That means that it's a carbon skeleton. Carbon skeleton of that type of amino acid can be synthesized by the body. Such type of amino acids, all the remaining 10 amino acids among the 20 comes under non-essential or dispensable amino acids. With this, we finish today's section and class. Thank you.